And for the kids, it is recess time, and I'm being nosy because I'm trying to figure out what these other teachers are doing outside. The fifth grade teachers are outside. The garden teachers are about to eat lunch outside. Being nosy. So our second grade kids are outside at recess. Um, my student teacher is here. She's here in the first semester on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And my teaching assistant is back. She's still a little ill, but she's, getting better. All right, so I'm going to try my best to to go live twice on Wednesdays and call it Wild Card Wednesdays. You'll see why in a second. All right, so I'm actually trying to show this off. Um, One of the other second grade teachers had a lesson plan for social studies, and this is all of our first time doing it, but I think the results turned out really great. So I'm going to show you some kids' work. That's the wild card. So yes, these are second graders. As we have some kids at various degrees of, for the most part, I think we graded everybody, but they didn't finish everything. A lot of people ask me, how do I get a lot of stuff done? It's like, I work on efficiency. I really work hard at that. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I do what I can. So things like, I don't wait until they're finished making what they're making to grade what I need to grade. That means I break down what we need from them and try to get it as soon as possible. So this child, she was one of the last ones to finish this work, the work that we were grading, and this is the checklist. Okay? This was the work that we needed. And she just started, and this is the fun part that most kids would want to do and spend their time doing, right? They just want to color or whatever. And I was like, no, we need you to label stuff. So we've got, again, various degrees of finishedness when it comes to the adding color and decorating and all this other stuff. So that way, we're not waiting for them to finish a task, a performance task, as teachers call it, before we start grading it. And again, I can't necessarily take credit for this lesson, but it helps me with my next lesson because I am in school too. This teacher, she's kind of like a class ahead of me, and she did it for social studies. So I plan on doing this for science, for force and motion, for physics. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to design a lesson similar in not the content, but like how she did it for science. And that lesson will happen in the springtime. I will also give them a heads up, the rest of the teachers, because these kind of things we have to do somewhat similarly. Now, we have 3 second grade classes, and I was going to try to give, there's another class that's doing something slightly different, but we're using the same rubric, okay? So we've got some kids, and some chose to just color. That's totally fine. But the fun part was the 3D thing. Now I'm gonna show you. I turn around and I was like, and I see this monster deer. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, is that Godzilla? What's going on here? So yeah, so monster deer. I was like, I guess it doesn't have to be to scale. And then we had this one friend over here. I don't know what he was doing. And then we got this other friend. I don't know what they're doing. Like, so, but they're having fun. But we graded it already. So that's basically one of the things. And they can just spend another day or 2 doing that. And then the other thing I'm going to also talk to the other teacher about, because when we were kind of workshopping it together, me and her, I was like, oh, because at the end of the school year, we tend to have what was called a showcase of work. I might, I probably will. Uh, what I just did there, go through all of the, you know, the work so far, and I'm going to try to take photographs, or at least have the teaching assistant take photographs of this and see if, they want to add that in their portfolio at the end of the school year. So, so yeah. And then Wednesdays, another reason why I'm going to call it Wild Card Wednesdays, because we actually have a short day on Wednesdays. Sorry, I'm still looking at their maps. We have a short day on Wednesdays, the kids, so that teachers can collaborate and do, the work that, yeah, so we don't just get this off of Teachers Pay Teachers or something like that. We actually will sit and talk about it, work on some things like that. So today's collaboration is actually partner work. I'm going to sit with my student teacher because it's getting close to the end of the semester for her. And I kind of have to have some hard conversations, y'all. Okay? I know this is it's almost meta if you think about it. All right, so one of the things I'm going to have to talk to her about is being focused during professional development, because she's still a student technically, but I'm probably going to have to explain to her there's a difference between sitting in class and sitting in professional development. While it looks like a class or a workshop, but when you're in the working world, the expectation is you're paying attention and you're not on your computer and you're not on your phone, because your company is paying for this professional person to come in front of you and train you, because they expect to see you doing this stuff. Yeah. So unfortunately, a couple of times she was on her computer doing other things during professional development. And like I said, this is a hard conversation for me to have with her, because I don't know. It's like I'm just not that person. I'm not that person to be like doing other stuff while in a meeting. Because again, I understand it like what I just explained. It's like your company paid for this, so I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, all right, and it's also, I'm going to call it Wild Card Wednesdays, because I also go to band practice on Wednesdays. You may have already seen me go live a few times during band practice. I didn't announce it or anything like that, but our band practice time is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We usually are there for about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours, depending. Next week I cannot, because I will be here doing, maybe that's what they're doing out there. I'm preparing outside for our holiday celebration for our school. Okay? But Wild Card Wednesdays. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay? Life of a teacher, performer, caregiver. Oh, yeah, that was the final thing. So my brother wasn't at the apartment this morning. So I checked his email and I tried to call him. He's not responded. I'm hoping he is there at home now. So yeah, wild card Wednesdays. Anything could happen. So yeah. So like I said, I'll try to go live twice on Wednesdays for this reason. Lots of things happen here where all the worlds collide. Okay? All of the things I do as a musician, as a teacher, as a caregiver as well. I try not to book anything else, because the time it takes for me after collaboration and all the meetings to get back to the apartment to check on my brother, that's crucial time, because I need that time to help him do what he needs to do, and then I need to book it to band practice. Have band practice, practice, go home, eat. Maybe I usually try to eat before band practice, so that's the other thing. So I try to manage how I taking calories or whatever, and then I go home, take a shower, go to sleep, because it's usually kind of late for me to be out that late, because I have to get up and go to work the next day. Okay, I do it consistently every week. Now, I will say, I am going probably live this Sunday because I've also been asked by one of my bandmates, because she's also in another band. We're basically a super group, okay? She is now filming some videos for her other band, and I guess I'm on her other album, on her recording, so I'm in the music video. So Sunday, um, I'll be on location. I just checked the address and all that other stuff, so that might be fun. Okay, all right. So I see. Oh, those are fifth grade, and then I'm checking now. So yeah, my kids might be coming back in any moment now, but I just need to finish up. That's Wild Card Wednesdays. I'll see you later today. Bye.